Okay, so this is shot on a GoPro Black 9, I think. I had the 11, but the battery died, and so this is just a meetup. I think it's SA Creatives meetup, and it's in San Antonio. I don't live in San Antonio, so I drove down from up north. If you live in Texas, you kind of know, about an hour away. But this is like some kind of house, like some kind of studio space or just space in general. I'm using the 8200 here. Now, I didn't bring the softbox, and I think you'll see one where somebody has a softbox in there, but you can see the hotspot that comes from it from one of these. I don't know who this guy was. He just jumped in there. He's like, "Oh, I want to take a picture of this girl," and I was like, "Okay, fine, whatever." So I let him take a picture. But this young lady wasn't really a model, so I just wanted to test out the light for actually one model that I wanted to shoot with. I did show up about an hour late from what it was, and I didn't notice this about the video, but I flipped it upside down. Oh, you know what I think I know what I was doing. I was trying to look at the light, and I just kind of flipped it my arm. Okay. So anyway, so I moved the light a little bit to the side, and I shot a little bit more. And I love the shadow that comes off of here. Now you can see how dark it is in the video compared to what the light ambient is with this. And so this Godox 200 is amazing. I love the Godox 200. I'm shooting with the XT-5 and the XT-4, but mainly all the shots that you see are XT-5 shots. Um, I, I borrowed it from a buddy, and I ended up renting it from a camera store that's in San Antonio for the night. And I've been shooting with the XT-5 on and off for about a month now, 2 months. And I had about 2 weeks with the XH2S, and I loved it, but I just can't get past the CF Express card. If you've watched any of my past videos, it's just super expensive. I think it was $400 for like a 250 gig or 500 gig. I can't remember what it was. I was just like, oh my god. So not only are you paying $2,500 for the camera, and then you supposedly, in quotes, have to get optimized lenses for the XT5 and XH2, so then it would work great on the XH2S. But I don't, I can't see anything. I used one of the brand new lenses that they had that was optimized for it. It's on the list. I can't remember what it was right now. I just rented it for the day, and I put it on XT5, and these are the photos I got. They were crisp. They're nice. They're good. Literally, I put my camera down for a minute and then took one more shot with the XT4. Exact same girl. I think this is it right here. I couldn't see the difference, to be honest with you. I really could not tell what the XT3 or XT4 and XT5, right? I think the XT5 and the XH2 are for landscape photographers, for people that really need detail. It kind of defeats the purpose of getting all these prime lenses also, which I really think of. You can crop in a little bit more. There's a shot in here that I cropped in quite a bit with the XT5, and it looks super crisp. I don't have a problem with it. You literally can almost do 50%, and you're down to 20 megapixels, 24 megapixels, versus, I think it's here with this young lady. This is where I try to set up everything. I was like, the same thing happened. I shot with her, the hotspot. I was like, didn't like it. So I moved over to the side. I shot a couple more shots. You can kind of see me moving her. But, so I switch out cameras here. I shoot with the XT5 on this set. And I had to crop in quite a bit, I think. I don't remember. Yeah. So this is the shot right here. I cropped in. And I shot with a 33, 35. I can't remember which one it was. And so I brought it even further in, right? And so the 33, 35 is like a 50 mil equivalent for full frame if you're trying to think about full frame. And I brought the crop in tons and tons. And it came out crisp. I mean, the picture came out really, really nice. This one right here, I've just moved. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you really don't need a bunch of primes. You can just get a nice wide prime with the XT5 or the XH2 and just crop in what you need, and you should be perfectly fine. These sequence of shots right here were shot on the XT4. They weren't shot with the XT5. These were all XT4 shots, I think. And what I noticed about the XT5 and the XT4 is the low light. I can I had a hard time focusing on this young lady right here. It kept on focusing on her hand. It focused on her shirt. And then finally I got it to focus on her face. And so I got a couple. I mean, I must have taken like 20, 30 shots and only got like 2 or 3 with the XT4. Good autofocus. I got to give it. There was a guy next to me, could not get the shots with the XT3. It was just too dark. If you look in here, it's too dark. You can't get shots. This next sequence of events, this right here was shot with XT5. Picked up the guy on the floor's face immediately. His whole body, picked him up. There's like a little green box that went around his body. It's super dark. If you look at the video, I mean, it is dark on that stage. There is no light whatsoever, and so it picked him up, shot it, no flash, brought up the ISO a little bit. It's really good. Like, I don't have a problem. Okay, these were shot with XT5. I had to crop in a lot on here, and I'm using just one prime, right? I'm using the 35 prime. 35 or 33. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry, but it's whatever their prime is that's optimized for this camera. I'm using it. Really crisp shots, really nice. Everything looks really good. There's another couple of shots here that I shoot with the XT4. I switch out lenses, and so XT5 also. Anyway, so but I cannot. I think that if you get the XT5, you can justify not having a bunch of lenses. You can have one wide prime, get as close as you can, and go. And I'm going to give you an example here in a few minutes. I had a zoom lens, and all I did was move my feet with the zoom lens, and so it makes no difference whatsoever. And I'm going to show those shots here in a few minutes. But the XT5 is amazing. I cropped this guy out on the left-hand side, so he was in most of the picture. Like, he's standing up on the stage. I have a full shot of him with the girl, and the XT5 I cropped in. And so I try to do the same thing with the XT4. I took another shot of her with the XT4 and cropped it, and it looked a little grainy, didn't look as crisp. It didn't, it's low light, and it was having a hard time picking her up. That was the other thing. And I think that's the one thing about the algorithms. If you have darker skin, it has a hard time picking up people that are Mexican, Black, Latin, Asian, or not Asian, Indian type of stuff. You know, like whatever race is darker skin, it has a hard time picking up the face. It just cannot see it. And I don't think that they've done enough case studies or enough simulations with the what is it called? Oh, with people, right? In different colors. Okay, this right here, I switched cameras. This is the XT4. So on this one right here, I had a zoom lens and I just walked up to him and zoomed in. And with the XT4, I think it's 50 to 140. This is such a beautiful, I mean, just lens in general. But that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. This video kind of just shows a little bit with the GoPro. I don't know how to work these GoPros, really, to be honest with you. They're really too bright, too light. But that's basically it. All right, I'll leave you to it. Have a good day, good night, and I'll see you on the other side.